Super Bowl episode is upon us, NFL fans. I'm your host, Midwest Jet. As always, we are here to talk about football and how shitty our teams are and
Football.
everyone else's teams who now aren't shitty because they're in the Super Bowl. Joined by James Marves,
What's up?
G-Min Jazz,
Take the fucking points, Dan. Take the fucking points.
and Gobo.
Jails, I got something for you.
I mean, I've been saying it. Dan Campbell's terrible.
Dude, I agree.
There was no
didn't mean to go there. I didn't mean to go there so early, but fuck, man.
Is it Aaron Rodgers? Oh,
Yeah, dude, I want that.
Why not?
dude.
It's perfect.
I mean, it's kind of a relic of football now. I'm sorry, we're not even through introductions yet.
Yeah.
Good.
it's perfect.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're gonna start off with the news like we do every week. Again, thanks for joining us. Don't forget, be ready for next year when we start throwing more money at these games. We get our boy back. We're all gonna be throwing hundies down each week, responsibly, of course. We start off Harbaugh. Met with Herbie, I guess, already, and he said he was starstruck by Herbert, which I'm just like,
Okay.
yeah, okay, that's a little weird, but Harbaugh has always kind of been a little strange in my opinion. But he's won he went to the Super Bowl with the Niners, then he goes to Michigan, wins the national title. I mean, what do we expect? I expect the Chargers to go to a Super Bowl.
You expect them to take the Chiefs down immediately?
I feel like that's going to
In
be
the same
awesome.
division.
You better.
Right.
What's it going to be like when he's starstruck screaming at Herbert on the sidelines next season?
Right.
There's a reason you picked that team because of the quarterback. So yeah, I mean, let's not act like you're starstruck. You fucking went there because of Herbert. So you got a 2-3 year window where you better fucking win some games against the Chiefs. But he'll have a long leash compared to most. So
I mean, I don't disagree with anything you guys are saying, but why I think this is an interesting hire is because I'm superstitious and I like to focus on like weird, inconsequential shit. So Jim Harbaugh played quarterback at the University of Michigan, went to the NFL, played for the San Diego Chargers. Now he's won a national championship as the head coach of the University of Michigan. Now he's the head coach of the Chargers. Also, both teams are navy and gold.
Anything less than a Super Bowl would be uncivilized.
bust.
That's right. That's right. If fate, karma, weird superstitious shit that actually doesn't matter actually matters, he's gonna win a Super Bowl.
Well, and I'm telling you right now, we would all take him.
You think it's possible? You think it's possible year one?
No, I wouldn't.
I mean, maybe not over LaFleur, but
no, Matt LaFleur.
Speaking of,
I love Matt LaFleur. Do not take my coach away from me.
Speaking of inconsequential things that don't matter but matter, since nobody else is going to point this out, I'm going to do it. Look, Gobo's wearing black velvet, if you please.
Black velvet.
Look at this guy.
So
you got to talk so I can see you.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's right, because you're on your phone. Well, I remember, if you remember a couple of weeks ago for our loyal viewers, I said that if we beat the 49ers, I was going to buy a fur coat. Did not actually buy a fur coat, but as I was walking down the stairs to get into my studio here, I noticed my wife had this like faux fur fleece jacket that she's never worn because it doesn't fit her, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to fucking wear it. It's Super Bowl. It's called fashion, gentlemen. I don't know what the fuck it is. It's nice. It's very warm.
Soft. Looks like it's really soft.
You know what?
It's got a shimmer about it.
I'm not too masculine to admit that I'm enjoying this garment.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of two coaches. Dames I know wanted to talk about his ex-boy, and then we didn't really mention it at the beginning, but Belichick. The fuck, dude? He's not going to be a coach. There's only two teams, right? 2 teams left. Need to coach Commanders?
Really, his life is going to be a Will Ferrell movie.
Where
He's
else?
going to be like freaking out coaching like 8-year-old girls soccer next year.
Seattle.
Bro.
He's back into Seattle. So.
Bro, the Giants have not hired their defensive coordinator yet, guys.
I swear to God, if this comes to fruition,
the dream is still alive.
Dude, they better hire one before next season.
Oh
take
my
a year,
God.
take a year at D coordinator, take a year at D coordinator.
You guys
come back home.
People watching at home, get ready for a fucking preemptive fucking middle of March emergency show so Jess can discuss the hiring of Bill Belichick.
We can talk about everything that happens to the Giants.
Just get ready.
Right.
Just get ready for it.
Right, and then some kind of cool. I don't know if it's really cool, but like different news. I guess the offensive coordinator from the Lions interviewed some places and then said, "I'm going to stay at offensive coordinator at the Lions."
Because he wants to bring them, dude.
Dude, that's dope.
That's great.
Here's my question on him: is he actually a better coach than Campbell?
Yes,
I think so.
Yes.
Are Campbell's decisions going to follow him where he goes? I also think so. So
I think Campbell should just stick to the motivation and all the stuff and have a literal game manager in his pocket that he cannot override to say, kick the field goal, dumbass. We're way ahead. Points. Everything we add now is just making it harder for the comeback. Come on, guys. Analytics for sure, man.
This is an interesting thing I just thought of. And it's probably because I just watched Moneyball last night. Dan Campbell might make a good GM. Like, dude's got an eye for talent. He can motivate people. He can probably arrange good contracts. As long as he's not like trying to coach a game to fucking analyze a defense and like score points and run analytics, I think he could be good for an organization.
That was absolutely shameful, but we'll get there when we talk about the game.
We will get there.
Go ahead.
The romance going on in NFL.
Well, we haven't gone. You just briefly mentioned Pete Carroll, and then you skimmed right over it. I actually want to talk about.
Yeah, no one else really cares. But you're right.
This is a big deal, dude. This is a big deal.
I want to hear.
Some new information has come to light in the Pete Carroll situation.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys remember after the Eagles game, he didn't want to go home. And he was on record saying he didn't want to go home. He went back out on the field and looked around at the field. You guys, he told the front office that he was retiring at the end of the season. And after they lost the last game, he changed his mind. And the front office was like, it's too late, dude. We've been moving on for weeks and weeks and weeks. And by that point, it was too late for them to come back together because they were already prepared for the next step. That's a huge deal, dude. That makes a lot more sense to me than just the way that it's been presented to us that he was just let go. But if you told the organization that you were done and then you had a change of heart after the last fucking game, like, they didn't do you wrong, dude. They held you to what you had told them, what they had been preparing for.
That sucks.
I don't want to make it about the Packers, but he farmed them.
It sucks, dude. Like,
yeah, he did.
It still sucks.
I believe Brett Favre did the same thing. So
I don't know. I don't want to make it about the Giants, but I thought you were gonna say he was gonna go to the fucking Eagles in some fucking capacity. I'm like, God damn it! I don't want that fucker in my division.
No, I wouldn't either. But
it's surprising that he hasn't landed a gig yet. Because I think I think out of all of the coaches who were fired, I think he's the most likely to get another head coaching job.
So
maybe him and Belichick can hang out together and go coach that team you're talking about. And
I was gonna say, yeah, like Pete and Bill.
Right. I also don't understand why players don't just all like for real, like just say like, hey, we're around this, like, let's all become free agents at this time and all go to the same team.
I'm just going to throw something ridiculous out there. What if Pete Carroll goes to Michigan to replace Harbaugh?
That would be full.
I would be nervous hiring Pete Carroll as a head coach of any Division I program after everything that happened to USC after he left.
You can pay
but that being said, he did win multiple national championships. So,
what about Belichick, D coordinator with time.
I
Oh my god, he goes to college and then he's with Dion. Can those
He's like,
two
"Yep,
exist on the same team?
Dion, your defense is pathetic. Let me come help you out."
I mean,
bud."
they're not good. He's definitely an upgrade from what they currently have on the coaching staff and Dion himself. But like,
right.
why? Why would he want to? Why would the university want him to do that?
Yeah.
For me, Belichick became unemployed for good when Mike McCarthy kept his job. To me, that was like all right, he's going to be sitting
Yeah.
because it makes perfect sense for Belichick to go and take that team that's really one step away, a good coach really away from maybe putting it together. So
And how's
Also,
Belichick?
Jerry Jones likes old racist guys.
Yeah, how's Belichick feel getting denied basically by the Falcons? I guess I mean I don't know the details, but I'm guessing it was something about not getting 100% control or whatever. And not even the Falcons want you after you've done, how a career can turn fast.
Well, I mean, his life's like we said, dude, he's old. Not old is this new romantic relationship
it's old for some.
brewing, and yeah, some people are getting upset.
It's the newest old news on the books. Yeah.
Right.
Fucking old.
They love each other. They're in love. She comes to his games. It's his 13th game. His 13th, blah, blah, blah. They add up to 13, 13, 13, 13. And then you minus 100 minus 13 is 87, which is Travis Kelce's number. This is her 13th game she's been at. There are so many coincidences, guys.
13's like the old Freemason number, so there's definitely some white stuff going on there too.
I mean,
they're both great.
I saw a meme.
We don't have gang signs on our show.
I saw a meme that some Chiefs fan made up about like, calling people out for talking shit about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. He's just like, she's his girlfriend. She's supportive. They look happy together. He plays better in front of her. Like, what is everyone's like problem with any of this?
Right, they're jealous, dude.
Yeah, and I think that it's like, I don't know. Like I think about it like as a football fan, it's just like my opinions of it change kind of frequently, but at the end of the day, what's good for the league is good for the league. And if this causes young girls to maybe watch football because they like Taylor Swift and then, they have a baby and like make him play football and he ends up being the next Joe Montana, then what the fuck is wrong with Taylor Swift liking football? So who cares?
The
The
NFL is
thing
about money.
is she going to make it to the Super Bowl? She has a concert in Japan the day before.
She'll be there.
She'll be there.
Yeah, the flight's 13 hours. 13-hour flight. You think I'm bullshitting?
She has 13 private jets too, so I'm sure that she can make it.
Probably fucked 13 times by now too, for fuck's sakes. Ridiculous.
The NFL is about money, you guys, and Taylor Swift is a cash cow, and the relationship's a cash cow, and they're probably like, yes. When the Chiefs won, they're probably yes. This may be the most watched Super Bowl in history, because of that, and the fact that 90% of America does not give a fuck about this game anymore. It's going to be one of the most. It might be the most watched Super Bowl in history, you guys. I mean, what would that be, like 120 million people?
Well, yeah, she's already the revenue from her. I mean, they can run analytics, blah blah blah. It's like $330 million, and it hasn't even been all season. $330 million. One person is bringing extra to the league, so of course they're like.
So while every guy,
Camera one,
like tweet,
camera two,
showing her,
camera one, camera
stop showing her. The NFL's like, keep showing her,
right?
Showing her.
I mean, they're not going to show her if Kelce isn't scoring a touchdown. So
Kelsey's going to score. Chiefs are going to win. He's going to fucking retire and go to the Hall of Fame with his brother and propose to Taylor Swift right after the game and just fucking blow it all up, man. Just blow it up.
Fantasy land.
Well, wait until the media phenomenon that their breakup is going to bring. Oh man,
hit songs, bro.
Dude, her album is going to go quintuple platinum.
You got football fans buying their fucking
Yeah.
album now.
I mean, the thing is they break up. All the T Swift fans are still on board with her, but yikes, Travis Kelce, you better marry that girl. All right.
Then all the girls will turn on to root against him.
Then, sometime in September, Damon Swift Kelsey is born,
Damon Swift.
and the world changes forever. All right.
All right. Let's talk about the championship game starting in Baltimore. We all picked the Ravens. I feel like 90% of the nation picked the Ravens. And we all bet against the Chiefs. Why?
Because I mean, I can tell you straight up why I picked the Ravens. I didn't want the Chiefs to win. It was strictly emotional. I'm out of the competition so I didn't really have any reason to pick logically. We all know what Patrick Mahomes does, and I even said it on the last show. He's fucking almost unbeatable in January.
He just goes to Super Bowls.
Yeah, it's like what he does, like Lamar, and I felt like Ravens, Lamar didn't look good. The Chiefs, once again, I think we mentioned it last, Spags, defensive coordinator. That's where I'm like, dude, the Niners, I don't care what they have, because Christian McCaffrey is going to be keyed on, shut down, making Purdy be. I mean,
You got that Jones, dude. I mean, yeah, like I was gonna say, I don't think anybody expected Kansas City's defense to play that well against in this game.
Dude,
we knew it was possible,
yep.
but the Ravens have just been steamrolling everybody, and it's just, oh my god, I cannot. I mean, I picked the Ravens because they're the better team. They're a better team than the Chiefs, and in almost every category on the field, and they just Kansas City clutched up. It's the playoffs. That's why they have these games.
One game, yeah, and it's like Mahomes, and it's kind of like, yeah, Lamar can keep chatting and chirping and all this stuff, and how he's so great. They're on fire, but again, man, playoffs. Mahomes,
no matter what, coming into next year, no one's going to be able to say, "Whoa, got to get Kansas City away from Arrowhead." Doesn't fucking matter, dude. It doesn't
matter.
It won't matter next year. That won't be any commentary next year about that.
Guys, Spags against 2-0 against the highest rated offenses of all time, the 18-0 Patriots, and now this Ravens team on one of those analytic charts. These are the top two offensives we've seen in 20 some years or whatever. And Spags and his defense and his game planning goes in and, makes Lamar look like playoff Lamar of old. And here we are, Chiefs, Super Bowl. Who's going to pick against them now? We'll see here in a couple minutes. But
is this an embarrassing game for Baltimore, Jess?
This is an embarrassing game for Baltimore because MVP-like season, the domination, like you're talking about. I mean, to Gobo's point, they're a better fucking team all around than pretty much every team in the league, and they should have been.
At home.
And at home, yeah, they had everything that they needed, and Lamar really did just fucking lay an egg. And Snead.
Play of the game.
Play of the season to pretty much end the game, forcing that fumble on the Flowers had a horrible series of events, a 15-yarder, so they would actually already been in the end zone.
I felt so bad for Flowers, man. He was like weeping on the sideline. It's just like,
bro, then he hits his hand and cuts his finger on the bench, like he did 3 things in a row, and it's just like, dear God, what a way to end the season.
Dude, literally the difference
together, dude.
Literally the difference in the game too.
Yeah, exactly.
No, he cost his team the game, and he knew it.
Well, and the thing is, I just think when you have players chucking their helmets down, yelling at each other on the sidelines, I always feel like I've never watched a game where when that's happening, that team wins.
Right.
It never happens.
Right.
No, it's always the team that's down by more than they were down that's like yelling at each other motivationally, like, not like, why did you do this? When you start pointing the finger at other people instead of like rallying everybody together, You're just setting it up for exactly what we saw.
Yeah.
There's a reason Jay Cutler never won a Super Bowl.
Mahomes.
A lot of reasons, Jacob.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mahomes.
yeah.
That's
He
true.
was Cutler was on a pretty good Bears team a couple of times, but yeah, honestly, like it's funny. Now that I think of it, I've never seen a team where somebody's throwing their helmet on the sidelines end up winning the game.
Well, and guys, like this is the difference. This is the difference in the NFL. You know, the talent's pretty equal or close to it with the parity we have. And I think back, of course, bringing it back to the Giants, we don't win those Super Bowls without Michael Strahan. You got to have a fucking leader. You look at these teams with talent up the ass, and you look at, you know, Lamar. Is he a leader of men every play and, you know, in every aspect of life? He's a baller. Don't get me wrong. He's a baller. But when it comes crunch time, does everyone believe in him, and does he, you know, elevate them to have to make those plays when they have to? And so far he's proven he can't in the clutch. So Mahomes can, Kelsey's a leader, Andy Reid's shown he's a leader, Chris Jones is a fucking monster. So the Chiefs have those leaders that have been there, and they can, you know, bring those experiences with them, and that helped them big time in that game.
You know what I'm not looking forward to? Now, does anybody else notice this? Patrick Mahomes' helmet does not fit.
He's got a weird shaped head.
Because he hasn't fit like
It's like 2 inches too high.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because I feel
Wait,
like
where's
he wears
that?
it like this because it doesn't fit. Like, yeah, 'cause remember when he was trying to put
Yeah.
on the helmet when he changed the helmets? You saw him like I was like, what is he doing? That
No,
didn't even-
he has that like broccoli hairdo, so you can't really notice that his head is like he has like a second neck above his forehead. Like he is like the weirdest shaped head. And you know what? Who cares? Like, dude's a millionaire.
right.
So, but like, yeah, that's I was like looking at his helmet. I'm like, he kind of. I mean, it looks like I don't know. I don't even want to say what it looks like. It looks.
Yeah, he's a future billionaire. You know, at this projection.
I
So
was
yeah,
gonna say the dude could do anything.
He basically sounds like Kermit the Frog after smoking for 300 years.
I saw
Let's go, you guys.
have you seen the TikTok where they compared Patrick Mahomes to Kenny Powers from Eastbound and Down? It is
no.
the fucking funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, I like that show. I'm gonna have to
Yeah. I know it's a great show.
Lions, Niners.
So
I
mad.
never blame a coach. I don't think I ever have like, oh yeah, that was the coach. Dan, you suck. Campbell.
All right, if Flowers cost Baltimore the game, which you can argue because it only would have been tied at that point. We're talking about building on a lead that was almost insurmountable. You got to take the fucking points, dude. You have to. What is he doing?
After watching San Francisco the whole game against the Packers, fucking just hang in there, play from behind, and at the very end take the lead and win. And they watched.
Didn't this remind you exactly of the Packers game? Almost.
It was
like
exactly
you
the
started
same.
off on fire. You're like, oh my god, they're coming out here to kick their ass. The Niners are asleep. And then, but then you just kind of also knew. I just felt like I was like, they score here, fuck, it's a whatever point game, and then they get a 3 and out, and then you're like, fuck, dude, they're gonna come.
I mean, I honestly thought the Packers played better than the Lions, just because like the Packers held the lead for longer. But yeah, I mean, either way, it doesn't matter. The fucking 49ers won, going to the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And you know, key fumble in this game by another rookie, Jahmyr Gibbs. 2 rookies with huge, crucial plays on top of the coaching for the Lions. And guys, you know, I've been riding the Lions all year, love them. And I'd really wanted Campbell to prove you guys wrong, because he does kind of seem like that meathead, but you're like, God, he's got these guys playing good. Can he be the motivating coach and make the right choices? And then he does that. So mid-game, I'm thinking already, I'm like, even if the Lions win this, now Dames is still going to say he's a bad coach because he didn't kick this field goal. And then it ended up happening again, and they lost the fucking game. So Gobes, Dames, I can't remember if Jails had an opinion on this, but Definitely
This
ugly,
guy is
ugly
anti-Campbell.
Campbell. And
I
then
actually thought he was a good coach until I watched that. But let me ask you guys this. Is it ego? Is it belief in your players that they're going to get it done and they just didn't? I mean, what? I mean, let's see. If
I'll
it
tell you
goes the
exactly
other
what it
way
is.
and they get 7 there both times,
it's over.
it's
No,
over.
like, because Dan Campbell's not a coach. He's a player. He was a tight end. Didn't he play for the Giants? Yeah, fucking,
Fuck yeah, and the
like,
Lions.
yeah. And the Lions. Yeah, no, Dan Campbell is a great
But we're just
player.
talking about Harbaugh, who is a player and he's coming in there and he's going to win the Super Bowl next year. I mean, come on, you guys.
I didn't say next year.
You can
I
be a
didn't
player and still be a good coach, right?
You can be, but
Okay, for one, I don't think Harbaugh was a good player. Like,
No.
Harbaugh
he
was
was
a
a
quarterback.
player. He made the NFL, but he wasn't like a good NFL player.
He was a quarterback though, which are typically more cerebral than anybody on the field if they're going to be, in the league for a long time. But let's talk about the other team, the winning team. Like we get caught on the losing team, 49ers, Purdy, weapons galore. And like we said, the real question will be, can the Chiefs keep them, slowed down? So great comeback. And you thought at halftime man, they better do something quick or this shit's over. And with the help of Campbell's not adding extra points and doing what they do, it's going to be a good matchup, even though I wanted to see the Lions.
America wanted to see the Lions, but that's not the way it goes down. At the end of the day, both teams are talented. It comes down to coaching. And the Lions had every opportunity to win this.
Yep. And my thing is with the 49ers too is so they're just showing all these stats about Purdy the whole time. It's like the most passing yards ever in 49ers history in a season, the most blah 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 in 49ers, and so part of me is like, yes, he has weapons, but who the fuck doesn't when you're going to a Super Bowl? I mean, no team goes in there with just the quarterback with no good. I mean, they all have good players with them. So like, why are we saying like he's not up to the standards? Because he's what is this his second year starting? His first year, he gets hurt in the playoffs. He technically hasn't lost a playoff game.
Jails. And he was throwing, those other guys were throwing to Jerry Rice that he's passing the greatest receiver of all time. So those guys had the GOAT and, Taylor and Roger Craig and Rathman and whoever the hell else they had.
There was a lot of other players besides Jerry Rice.
Yeah. So, that's pretty impressive.
John Taylor is a pretty good.
I feel like but I feel like here's what's going to happen next season. Let's say the 49ers get beat in the Super Bowl. Let's just say that happens. Next year, people are going to be saying, oh, Purdy ain't shit. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, we're all thinking, I mean, I am. I'll take any quarterback that will take me to a fucking Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think he just is earning. I think he earned a lot of respect in this game where we might hopefully slow down on hearing that because last 2 games, comeback, playoffs, huge settings. Like I think he got a lot of respect here the last couple games. So hopefully they're not going to push
I keep hearing Brock Purdy's the next Tom Brady. Guy who's totally overlooked by everybody comes and just shocks the league.
Yeah.
That's some big shoes to fill because that's the best quarterback in NFL history.
They win this.
Everyone's going to be gunning for the Niners next year to keep them out of the first seed, and then the narrative will be, can Brock Purdy play away from San Francisco? We'll see the same.
Yeah.
He's good at home, but can he do it on the road? And I mean, it'll be a legit argument. It'll be a legit argument. It's like it was for Mahomes. But now Mahomes has put that to bed. Like that's
Mahomes doesn't have that argument no more.
Or the 49ers just run it and are the 1 seed for, 3 more straight years. Like
I was going to say, or they could just keep beating the shit out of everybody like they did this year.
Well, at what point are they going to, that roster is going to have to be broken up before?
Yeah, I mean, it is a salary cap game.
Once they pay Purdy.
Purdy's making what, $300,000 this year?
I was like, yeah, he's on the Mr. Relevant contract. He's playing for the leftover hot dogs at the concession stand.
And Daniel Jones is making
30. Get your footlongs.
How much did Aaron Rodgers make? I mean, what was it, like $4 million a play?
Hey, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for Purdy. He's gonna get his fucking
I was gonna say
three times as much as Jones, Jails. 3 times as much as Jones.
Yeah,
All right.
it'll be $60 million when that contract is up. That's what quarterbacks will be making, and he'll get it, and I'll be like, yes, you just fucked your entire organization for the next however many years he
yeah,
extend.
then they lose Ayuk and Debo and
Yeah, but the salary cap goes up, and all
Chiefs
these
are
other
still
teams,
winning.
all
Mahomes
these other
got
teams,
a
yeah.
$500 million.
Yeah, but just like work, it's not cost of living. It's not going to go up enough to cover the quarterback expense and
Right.
everybody else.
Well,
But
that's
also, if
why the elite quarterbacks keep getting in the playoffs, because they make a lot, but they can make the roster on them better. So yeah, we'll see how good Purdy is once we get to losing those weapons.
this is something else to consider, gentlemen. We know that the running back position is completely undervalued and underpaid. McCaffrey ain't going to be that guy. When that contract is up, he's going to get paid by somebody. And it ain't going to be like a Saquon. Well, you don't want to give him 13 million. What? That seems like a no-brainer. It's going to be 20 for
I was
McCaffrey.
like, yeah, McCaffrey can basically write his own check, and if he does, and I think he wants to win more than he wants to get paid because that's the kind of player he is. But I think that yeah, if the deal's not right in San Francisco, any team in the league would take them over their running back.
Well, this is his second year in San Fran, and they signed him to like a 3 or 4 or whatever a year deal was, and he's a running back in 26 now, probably 25, 6, 7. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him decline here by the end of this contract, and he might not get that because he just got the biggest contract ever for running back, 16 or whatever it was, 17, and if he gets an injury or whatever here late in his career, he might not get that money.
All right, let us know what you think below. We are going to move on to the final game of the NFHell season here on NFHell that we talk about. Again, make sure you give us your pick for this big game down below. Remember, we won't be here next week. We'll be here the following week after the game. Enjoy your week off from NFHell. Gentlemen, 49ers Chiefs. Does anybody know who the home team is yet? Have they announced that? Do we know? Like, is one team away or one team? You know what I mean?
I'm like trying to think. I think the Chiefs are wearing their homes. Because I remember the Eagles were in green last year.
The whites.
Oh, I saw. Yeah, the Niners are the. I thought the Niners are the whites. I thought I saw them show McCaffrey's jersey with the Super Bowl stamped.
Oh.
Hang on, I'm googling it.
We'll Google it, guys.
But white's home, right? Or no?
Yeah.
No, colored's home in NFL.
Oh.
Unless you're
Giants are blues home for the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Except the Cowboys will switch it, but it's traditionally colored jerseys are home.
Yeah. Or do they just? Oh, they are? Okay. Chiefs are home? Okay. All right. Anyway, 49ers Chiefs. I'll start off. I'm taking
49ers are
my lesson. I'm learning my lesson. Don't pick against the Chiefs. Don't pick against the Chiefs. Once again, I'm going to go the whole same thing we talked about last week, but for some reason we didn't pick the Chiefs, but we all kind of talked about it. Spags defensive scheme, getting pressure on the quarterback, and again, this Purdy kid, we'll see if he can do it. But with this defensive pressure, if it can screw with Tom Brady when he's in his prime, throwing 25 touchdowns to Randy Moss, and the Giants can pull out a win, I feel like, man. And then, Mahomes and that offense, they can move it against anyone. So I'm taking Chiefs, who I'm going to say like 23-17. James.
Yeah, guys. This is truly a result of what the name of the show, NFHell. This is my NFHell scenario. A team that is going to be like the Patriots, which everyone's going to be tired of. I love the Taylor Swift and Kelsey thing, but I'll be tired of it by the end of this. I'm looking forward more to the halftime show than I am anything else in the game. I want a good game because I really don't want either team to win. I definitely don't want the 49ers to win. Just can't fathom having to deal with that for the rest of my life. Um, it's just a better world where when San Francisco's not winning the Super Bowl. I will say this, they better win it now because that salary cap is going to be that defense is going to have to be the one where they pick apart because before they pick apart offense, I would think. Um, having a good coach there for the defense also makes me think they could take hits on the defense more than they can the offense. I think Purdy has shown that he is more than a game manager for sure. He's a very capable quarterback, but I do question what's going to happen once he loses a couple weapons. Has to play with some average Joes, which he has not had to do at all. But you said it's funny to me that you said you've learned your lesson because when were you picking against the Niners? I mean,
Last week I picked the Lions.
yeah. So what lesson did you
Point.
You're like, I have to pick one. So
Yeah, that's true. Good point.
so
I'm going AFC Jets. I'm in the
Look,
AFC.
I don't even care about learning a lesson. Only thing I want to learn is that the 49ers can be beat. And Patrick Mahomes has already won it. He's already going to be a Hall of Famer. If we can keep Brock Purdy off that trajectory, I'd love to see the Chiefs do it. I do like Jazz's Dreamland scenario where Kelsey proposes to Taylor Swift on the field after the game and says, I'm retiring and going into the Hall of Fame with my brother. That's a dream scenario. Plus, I want him out. Him out of the league makes Patrick Mahomes have to find other ways to do it. Maybe he'll get a fucking helmet that fits. I'm gonna go with Kansas City just off emotions. And it's really not just off emotions. These are two really good teams, you guys, and it would be hard to beat either of them if you're another team. So I think the two best teams in playoff football made it. They made it, and they proved it, and should be a good game of just beating each other up. I hope. Going Chiefs by 4.
All right. Thank you much. Let us know what you guys think down below. Chime in. Chiefs, Niners, G-Men.
But I hate football too. So
Yeah, me too. NFL.
Yeah, yep. So we're all on NFL, obviously, with these two teams left. Looking forward to the Senior Bowl and the draft and blah, blah, blah. But we have one game left, and let's talk about some of these players that are going to have to step up when Travis Kelce retires after this game. And one of them is Rashee Rice. This guy is just growing and growing his rookie year with Mahomes. And I look for him to have a big Super Bowl. And Pacheco. This guy reminds me of my boy, Ahmad Bradshaw, back in the day, just his running style, always just going, not going down. And usually that's a good thing for a team, spark plug. And, the guy's going to get the 2-3 yards if there's nothing there because just straight up will. So Mahomes can dump it off to him, throw it to Rashee, and then on defense, you got your boy Snead making huge plays last week. Let's see if we can't get someone to just have a huge game on defense and, have a Super Bowl MVP. Let's not Mahomes or Kelce. Chiefs 30. Got an Amber Alert here.
me too.
Sheesh.
Black Toyota Tacoma.
I saw this one earlier. It sounded like, the same last name. Same last name. Looks like a possible dad kidnapped his own kid or some shit. Good job, guys.
Stupid dads. Jess, I got a question for you. Does Kelce retire if they lose?
Dames, I've been calling the retirement all along with his brother. So either yes, he retires if they lose, or if they lose, the other Kelce comes back for one more year so they can retire again together next year.
Maybe if they win or lose, it's his last game. He tells the team before, still proposes either way.
Or Jason Kelsey comes out of retirement and gets signed by the Chiefs.
Shit. And 30 to
Can you
29.
do that?
30 to 29, they keep the streak
Braun did
under.
it.
Why not?
Right. Why not? Gobo.
You guys suck. I don't want to be the I don't want to go a lot. I want to be the one person that goes against the grain.
Do it.
But here's I can't because I picked the Eagles last year. I was wrong. And this seems to me like the same game. We have this this NFC juggernaut, a million options on offense, solid defense, just racking up points left and right, seeming unbeatable, and they go up against this Chiefs team, and against all odds, the Chiefs pull it off because they got Patrick Mahomes, they got Spags, like, I mean. And I hate to like give so much credit to the Giants because they beat the Packers in the playoffs this year, but that 18-0 Patriots team would be definitively the best team in football history if they wouldn't have lost that game. And Spagnuolo found a way to get it done. So he's going to find a way to get it done. Chiefs are going to win this game 27-24. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be entertaining. You know, Usher is playing at halftime, you know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
so we'll see. I mean, I mean, he could probably pick up the Yin Yang twins from the Waffle House they work at now. So, yeah, and they could have a big reunion. So, yeah, Chiefs 27-24. I don't think Kelsey retires. I think he's got a couple of seasons left in him. And then yeah, I think his career will outlast his relationship with Taylor Swift.
Oh, hot take.
So are we saying 4-0 right now?
Yeah,
Yep.
nobody picked San Francisco.
Which
I
is
can't
also
believe it.
scary. Which is
This
also
what else I want too. I want at the end of this season the Niners to still be trying to climb the mountain. And I mean the Chiefs have been there. I want them to be defending it again and with even less talent next year.
The more and more it seems like there's going to be some juggernaut NFC team every year that should win the Super Bowl and they lose to the Chiefs. Maybe it'll be the Packers next year. Who knows?
I mean, losing all hope is freedom.
Jets. Well, let's also remember this, guys. We watch quarterbacks on Netflix. Patrick Mahomes is a likable dude, man.
I love Patrick.
I don't hate him at all. I mean, I'll probably start to hate him if he gets up to 5 or, Brady territory, but like he's a much more likable guy than Tom Brady.
But I think that's why people don't like.
That's the question. Who wouldn't rather have the GOAT be Mahomes and Brady? I think everyone would.
I mean,
yeah, because you don't have to be an asshole to be good. Like, I don't understand. Like, you can be like, oh yeah, you have to have. No, you don't. You can still be strong and tell and give direction without being a dick. So
I adore Patrick Mahomes. I always thought I think he's a great role model for the young people in Kansas City. I think that he invests in his community. He's a clean player. He's never dirty. He never talks shit. He never gets down on his own players. He's a joy to watch. I really like Patrick Mahomes. But yeah, let somebody else win the fucking Super Bowl, dude.
Yeah, besides the sidearm, no look, left-handed, underhanded, backhanded.
He's a baseball player, man. That's some baseball shit.
The one thing, well, you guys know, I think Travis Kelce's a major douche. The one thing I saw Patrick Mahomes do that was super duper douchey this year was go up to Josh Allen after that game and be like, "That's the worst call I ever saw," on that Kelce pitch back.
Blame Tony,
like, dude, you lost yourself for just a moment.
I mean,
you became a douche.
Do you remember on quarterbacks after the Super Bowl when he goes up to Jalen Hurts and he's like walking down the hallway and Jalen Hurts is just destroyed. He just lost the Super Bowl, and he's just like, "Hey, talk to me," and Hurts is like, "Nah, man, come on," like, and he's just like, "No, I just want to tell you, great season." He's just like he had to get fucking Jalen Hurts' reaction. He's like, "No, you're gonna acknowledge that you lost this game."
Oh my god!
I'm like, bro.
Good to be the king. It's good to be the king.
I bet, man. Winning a Super Bowl. Hey, if you've won a Super Bowl, put it in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, I'm an NFL, so I haven't even. There's only a couple Super Bowls.
I was going to say, I don't think anybody who's won a Super Bowl playing for the Jets is still alive.
Ouch.
All right, that concludes this.
Name it dead?
No, he's not dead.
No, he's fine. He's just 900 years old.
Did I miss it? Did I miss name it dying?
His wife's like our age, so. Midwest Jet.
The king.
James Marbs. G-Man Jazz. Gobo. We will see you after the Super Bowl.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Full recall reference.
2 weeks.
Verhoeven is good.
2 weeks.
Bye-bye.
Did you just leave?
Well, hey,
Didn't even stop the recording
say
yet.
something stupid and shitty about jails real quick.
The Jets. Oh, wait, I mean,
Well, we all know that, but give us like a
I was
real
like, the Jets are low hanging fruit.
yeah. Give us your best childhood story about jails.
Oh no! Don't put me on the spot,
Come
bro.
on, come on. He'll never know.
He never pooped his pants at church.
No, I mean, bro, he killed a rabbit with a basketball, man. It's all trauma from my childhood, guys.
Oh no!
Killed a rabbit with a basketball.
He thought he was all cool out on the court, trying to dribble all around these baby rabbits that just happened to be hanging out on the court, and he just fucking straight up smashed one right on his head with the basketball. And I was just a young child, and the blood bubbles were coming out of its head and shit. Like it, yeah, I mean, I still remember it to this day. So yeah, jail.
Guys, this is ratings gold.
I was gonna say that's tragic.
So yeah, no.
Years.
I'm glad he gave up basketball. He couldn't play defense, so it was he had to give it up.
All right, love you guys. Goodbye.
Love you.
Yep. Super Bowl.